What are we talking about today?
Ooh, boy, I think you put the document together.
I know. I know.
We talked about lessons you've learned last time.
Yes. 20 years in the car business. I had some incredible wisdom to share. And then in the last 2 weeks, I figured out all the stuff that I haven't yet learned or still haven't learned or have yet to learn in the car business because we made a lot of amateur mistakes. It helps that customers never change and they are always, well, there's a term in the car industry, buyers are liars. And that sort of proved true, but we can really only blame ourselves for all these foibles that we did this week. So number one, we bought a car with a bad gearbox.
Nice.
Bad second gear in a BMW.
All right.
It's the second one in a year. It was about a year ago. We bought a Porsche Boxer that had a bad second gear also. But this one was, well, I guess we should have known it wasn't adult owned. It was the guy's son's car.
Yeah.
But it did have a BMW Car Club of America sticker on it. And that, that's supposed to mean the car is good, at least with the PCA. It's like, well, are they a PCA member? Oh, it's good then.
Yeah.
They take care of their cars because they're a PCA member. Anyway, when we went back to the dad who sold the car to us and our buyer was like, hey, I drove this as soon as we got it and it never goes into second gear. Like it grinds every single time. How did you not know about this? Rhetorical question. And the guy was like, yeah, you need to be real careful who you go accusing of things.
Oh, whoa.
We're like, I'm sorry, you sold us a car with a bad second gear, and there's no way possible you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you could have come to look at it. I'm like, fair point. Yes, we could have. But that doesn't mean I can push a car off a cliff and sell it to you and be like, oh, you could have come to look at it.
Yeah. It's a little weird.
So, yeah. I don't even know what we learned there other than it reinforced that people are just as bad as car dealers. Individuals are just as bad.
So if you would have bought this and it would have arrived, and as soon as you got in it, grindy, could you have done something to undo the deal, or is it still just it's done?
Dealers have absolutely zero recourse against anyone who sells them the car. And if we did take anyone to court, we would probably lose if it was a jury trial because juries have absolutely zero sympathy. I shouldn't say jury. People have absolutely zero sympathy for any time a car dealer loses on anything. And I've played up on this because now anytime something bad happens at the car dealer where we screw up, I make videos about it because everybody on social media loves to see us lose.
Yeah. Well, because you're just a rich dealer with gobs of money, you can take one on the chin for the
only made by lowballing people and ripping them off and hiding issues. Yeah. Needless to say, we will fix second gear on this, rebuild the gearbox, new synchros, whatever it actually needs, and sell it proper, whether we win or lose. We bought a car that the VIN didn't match the title.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Not stolen or anything. It was just a clerical error, whereas they put TL instead of LT 15 years ago, and somehow it made it through 2 separate states this way.
Wow.
But when it comes to Ohio, we have to do a VIN inspection. Our wonderful title clerk, who's also super hot.
Nice.
Especially when she's looking at those VINs, checking those numbers.
Yeah. Doug, do you get out very much anymore?
I just got back from Scotland. Come on. Of course I get out. With my title clerk, actually.
So, whoa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anyway, yeah, it somehow made it through all these states, all these registrations, never got corrected, comes here, we have to do a VIN inspection. She's like, hey, these aren't right. And that's actually a really good thing that Ohio requires dealers to title vehicles this way, because otherwise I've seen cars go through like 5 different reassignments in 4 different states, dealer to dealer to dealer. And there's an error that traces back to the first one. and you have to go back to them and hope they're still in business to get the issue fixed. Whereas when it comes to us, we have to title it. So it's like a restart. If there's any issues, they have to get addressed before we resell the car.
A pain for you, but probably good overall.
Oh, yeah. And it's great, too, because we have to schedule a highway patrol VIN inspection, which the first available appointment was July 11th, I think. And then we checked with Michigan and said, okay, once we get this back to you, what's the turnaround time? And they said, well, we're about 3 to 4 weeks out. We have a pretty big backlog right now. So 2 months we have to sit on this car, can't sell it. Thankfully, it was a really cheap car, but that goes back to why we don't leverage ourselves, because imagine if you had put that car on floor plan. Well, floor plan company probably wouldn't have accepted it because they would have caught the error before they funded it, which we should have done, but we didn't. You know, your eyes trick you, right? You see things and you like those suggestive tests they do where they leave out letters and your mind still reads the sentence. When you have the correct 2 letters that are just transposed, your eyes tough. Don't see it.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, 2 months later, we'll get a title. But again, this is why we don't floor plan, why we don't leverage. Because if this was a $200,000 car we had on payments like that, that could sink a dealer if they were running real tight.
Yes.
Here's a good one. We build out a customer for $5,000 less than we agreed upon.
Oh, nice. Bonus. I'm guessing you can't get that back either. It's just boop, gone.
No, because we did it twice. We sent them because we had a listed price and we didn't talk about price. So I was like, okay, half the time when people don't bring up price, they're going to pay asking. The other half, they're going to come here and then negotiate really, really hard, but they're just not playing their cards yet. So I was like, make sure before the guy places a deposit, we send them a purchase agreement that shows our asking price. Well, we sent them a purchase agreement for $5,000 less. And I think I reviewed it and I didn't catch the error. So that's partly on me.
Nice.
And then we billed him out again when he got here at that same reduced price. And of course he didn't say anything.
No,
why would he say anything?
All right. So you really have no excuse. That's
Yikes. So we cost ourselves $5,000. That's probably the first time we've done that and contracted to it. I always say a first digit dyslexia where like if a car is $250,000, I'll accidentally bill it at $150 or $350.
Gotcha.
But like people catch it. And that's why you never sign a contract when you send it, because it's not fully executed. Like I've learned that. But yeah, we signed this one and delivered the car and deposited the check. And then a week later, I was like, wait a minute.
Yikes.
And last one, should know this by now.
Wait, is this all still this week?
Yeah. Last 10 days, basically.
Whew.
Yeah, it was a full moon last week. So was
Mercury and Gatorade too? Does that kind of help it?
Mercury and Gatorade?
Yeah.
I didn't know they put those chemicals in there. I mean, I don't drink Gatorade, but I try to drink water. Is it in that liquid death stuff too?
No, I'm not even drinking liquid death right now. I'm drinking a Topo Chico.
Oh, okay. Well, it's water under the bridge. If you spill it.
Don't threaten me with a good
Near
time,
a bridge.
Doug.
We did not. We took a deposit on a car, and then there was an issue in the pre-purchase inspection, which we figured out in one day wasn't an issue. Well, it took about a week to confirm that it was an issue. But anyway, we refunded the deposit initially, and then we said, oh, wait, if this was the only issue preventing you from buying the car, if we can figure this out, do you still want to buy it? They're like, yes. We really wanted this car. So it's like, okay, they paid for a pre-purchase inspection. They gave us a deposit. We refunded the deposit, but like they still signed a contract, went through all this stuff. They said they really want the car if we can get this issue sorted. It was an emissions thing and they're in California. So valid. And it took a few days. We had to put a bunch of miles on it, make sure the code was clear, didn't come back, take it to the Porsche shop, have them plug their computers in. And it took like a week total to do all this stuff. And I confirmed and reconfirmed with the guy, and he emailed me like 4 times, rechecking to see if we had figured the issue out yet. He's like, I'm ready to go. I want this car. Just, I need to make sure that it will pass emissions. So this Monday, we got him the screenshots, everything, said, okay, we're good. You good? You going to pay for it? He goes, well, I got to call the Porsche shop and just like make sure that what you sent me is legit and it will pass emissions. And 2 hours later, he goes, it's not a really good time for me to spend $100,000 right now.
Oh, really? Uh-huh. So he probably told an important person in his life, maybe. He's going to make a big financial decision.
And again, it's on me because I didn't go back to him and say, okay, we refunded your deposit. The deal was off. We're starting from square one. Do you want to place a deposit again to hold the car for us to sort this issue out with that one contingency? And I didn't because I'm like, he already placed a deposit. We already did all this stuff. I made him verbally confirm again, clearly, if this is fixed, are you buying the car? Are you paying for it? Yes. Done. Can't trust anyone's word. I've known that forever. Can't expect a customer to honor a verbal agreement. Have to place a deposit.
Just a nice little reminder.
So that car is still for sale because all the other people who were like, well, let us know if it doesn't sell. We want it. And, it dragged on for so long that now they're like, well, I don't know. So yeah. Lost all those deals. Been doing this 20 years. Should know better. But this is why we take deposits from people. And when people get mad because I sell the car out from under them because they didn't give us a deposit, and they're like, well, I wanted the car. You should have known that. Well, I didn't know it because you didn't give me your credit card number. So anyway.
Whew, a little spice.
But Scaminator. It's been a little time since we've had one of these, which is where we try to spot scams. After 20 years in the business, I've become very good at this. And we had a guy who tried to trade in a 2005 Porsche this week with 20,000 miles. This was on Facebook Marketplace.
All right.
We're selling a 996 Turbo, about $65,000. So he says, can I trade in my 2005 Porsche with 20K miles? And I'm like, I don't know. Is it like a Cayenne or give me some more details? He said, well, it's one that I won in a raffle. And then he sends me a picture of a Carrera GT.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think they... Okay.
And he said, quote, don't know much about it. Was in a raffle years ago. I don't drive it much. Just want something different. Change it up a bit. It does not have turbos, naturally aspirated engine.
Yeah, definitely just want to change it up a bit from a Carrera GT.
To a 996.
Yeah. Well,
same steering wheel.
And gauge, mostly the same gauges. Same layout.
So I said, sure. Yep. I'll do it. Even trade. No problem. Just send me the VIN number and a copy of the title. He's like, well, what hours are you guys open tomorrow? I'm like, 9 to 5. So he's like, I'll just stop by with the title. I'm like, yeah, no, you won't.
Oh,
but
so
just
close.
in case he did, I texted my whole crew and I was like, this guy might stop by tomorrow, and try to trade you a Carrera GT that doesn't exist for the 996 Turbo. I'm like, don't let him test drive it. Don't give him the time of day. Just
unless he rolls up in a Carrera GT.
Right.
What if it was like
if he actually brought it?
What if it was like a really bad kit car?
I brought the title. I'm from Solon. I'm just around the corner, but I didn't bring the car. Why would I do that? Yeah, Boxster with a body kit.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Sheffield All Sport Watches. The Sheffield brand was recently revived by Jay Turkbus, an owner of an original Sheffield All Sport diver he received from his parents in 1970 when he was just 11, beginning his love of watches. As an adult, Jay used his extensive expertise in product development and marketing to revive the brand that started it all. He set out to develop watches with a high level of quality and specification at a value price. His first effort, and a successful one in July of 2023, was the debut of the Sheffield All Sport Diver 1. It had the kind of build and movement that much more expensive watches use, and his debut price of $108 was equivalent to the $13 his parents paid back in 1970. Since that debut, Sheffield has expanded to a wider range of automatics and chronos, many designed around vintage Sheffield dials of the 60s. The Sheffield well of clever and unique design remains his inspiration, as well as maintaining the goal of high quality, very affordable range of automatic and quartz watches. Sheffield watches, value on merit, not just price. I love mine. Get yours at sheffieldwatches.com and mention that you heard about them on Switchcast. Thank you for joining us for Switchcast with Doug Tabbitt and Tyler Sanders, produced by Ethan Huffnagel. Switchcast is an automotive entertainment and opinion show, and nothing we say should be taken very seriously. We do not give tax, investment, legal, emotional, or professional advice, and the only licenses we hold are driver's licenses. The opinions expressed on this show are exclusively held by the people pontificating at that moment and do not reflect the values of our producers or sponsors. Our theme music is provided by Emily and Ivory. You can stream their full album on Spotify or SoundCloud. If you like this show, you can stream it in its entirety on your favorite audio podcast platform. Check out switchcast.live for more info.